Okay, so next we're going to write fractions on a number line. So basically we are counting in fractions. So a little bit of understanding of how we make our mixed numbers, how we get to mixed numbers, will really be the only trick here when it comes to writing our fractions, especially our mixed numbers. So our first example that we have here is 1¼ So you're going to write 1¼ to 4¼ on a fraction number line. So let's start with that. So first we start with our whole number. Whole number doesn't have a fraction with it yet, so it starts at 1. Now we're counting in quarters. So we have our whole number, 1¼ Then next, we will still have our whole number, 1 and 2/4. Now I've written a line at the bottom over here, and the reason why I've done that is because sometimes we are asked to simplify even the fractions on our number line. I like to write both, so it helps me to remember where I am on my number line, that I don't get confused. So really simplifying, as we know, we just divide by the lowest number, the highest number, sorry, that can go into both the numerator and the denominator. In this case, it's 2. And we know that 2 is half of 4. So this can also be 1½. So I've got them both there just so that we know we have both of them. I would encourage you to write both of them as well if you are asked to simplify 2. Then next we have got 1 and 3/4. Now you might say, okay, well, next, what would be next? Well, 1 and 4/4. But this doesn't seem quite right. But we know when it comes to making a mixed number that any number over itself is actually equal to a whole in fractions. Why? Because that 4/4, imagine if I had one of the pizzas from the tuck shop, they always cut up into 4 slices, and I eat one slice, I eat another slice, another one. Yes, I'm hungry. I eat all 4 of the slices. I've not eaten my whole pizza. It's one whole. 4/4. I've eaten 4 out of the total of 4 slices that I had is equal to one whole. Okay, so that is why any number over itself as a fraction is equal to a whole. So now instead of 1 and 4/4, I can make this a lot simpler, because that's basically like saying 1 whole plus 1 whole, but actually it's just 2. Now I'm going to continue counting, because I'm still counting in quarters. But now I have 2 as my whole number, so it's now going to be 2¼ Then 2 and 2/4. But we know that 2/4 is the same as a half. So this is also 2½. It's the same. They are equivalent. Okay. Then 2 and 3/4. And now again, I don't say 2 and 4/4. What am I going to say? 3. Then, you guessed it, 3¼ because I'm counting in quarters. 3 and 2/4, but that's the same as a half, so that's 3½ too. 3 and 3/4, and this is 4. And then 4¼ Let's practice it again. This time we'll practice in fifths. So I'd like you to pause the video. I will help you with the first one. Okay, pause the video and redraw this number line and see if you can do it correctly. Okay, so hopefully you have paused the video and you have done your practice. So let's see what we got. 2 wholes, no fraction with it because it's just 2 wholes. Then 2 1/5, 2 2/5, 2 3/5, 2 4/5. And then we should have 2 5/5, but wait, that won't work because that's the same as saying 2 plus 1. So that's actually 3 wholes. Then we're counting in fifths, remember? So 3 1/5, 3 2/5, 3 3/5, 3 4/5, and 3 5/5. So that's actually 3 plus 1 whole number. So that's 4 4 1/5. All right, so again, practice some examples in your book. Try your best, girls, and remember the rules about what it is that makes a whole number. You know, it's the same. It's a number that is the same both bottom and top, numerator and denominator. If you remember that, that will definitely help you with writing your fractions on a number line. Good luck.